Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Live here with the one and only BoxingVoice.com.
And I know what my business is about, I know what I'm capable of, so.
Hey, Daddy.
I'm for knockout, so if I get it, I get it. If I don't,
It's $1.
I don't think about it. I'm excited to be fighting at home in front of the family and long-time friends.
BoxingVoice.com.
It's gonna be fireworks, it's gonna be a great show and a great performance with myself.
Un peleador ofensivo que va a salir a atacar, va a salir a buscar la pelea.
BoxingVoice.com.
Un peleador de los mejores peleadores de fútbol. No, él está en su ciudad aquí, un campeón unificado, invicto. Pienso que él está bien, él tiene su opinión, yo tengo la mía de esta pelea.
I'm kind of like Tim Duncan in a sense in boxing. Like, you know, I do everything right, fundamentally sound.
He is the fighting pride of Omaha, Nebraska.
He's good at what he do.
Hey, Daddy.
Undefeated WBO lightweight champion of the world.
Hey, Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com.
Taking, any credit away from Errol, he's a great fighter. He's good at what he do. But when
BoxingVoice.com.
you compare him to Terence Crawford, there's no comparison.
It's $1 beat.
I'm just a better fighter.
BoxingVoice.com.
Sit back and watch this. I promise you something. I promise you something. All that shit you talking don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
I can blow my guns at you. You can blow your guns at me. But at the end of the day, them two brothers got to get in the ring.
Hey, Daddy. It's
BoxingVoice.com.
$1 beat.
We've been here before. You try to get there. All right? I can tell you how it is to be undisputed. You can't tell me shit.
This $1. Hey, Daddy.
Y'all support y'all fighter. Let's come together, make this event a success.
BoxingVoice.com.
Everything about Terence Crawford is better than Errol Spence Jr.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
Boxing fans, are you ready?
Hey, Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Buenos dias. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. And we're here to continue discussing Terence Bud Crawford and his very extensive victory lap. But he continues to drop some very provocative headlines out here. Salute to Sway's Universe for the amazing interview that gave us quite a bit of content to discuss here as a community. The unfortunate thing about today is that yet again our landline is down, so you could only connect with us via Discord or Twitter Spaces. Now, I did go ahead and make that link a permanent link because I guess that was the issue with Discord. It was expired every 7 days. So that's a permanent link now. Discord is available to call in. You can use our voice channel Don't forget you can engage right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice, where I hope you've already subscribed, because there are a lot of you, and I mean thousands of you, that just watch and don't subscribe for whatever reason. I get it. Some of you watch on TVs and things like that. It's a little more difficult to hit the like button or subscribe, but please find your way over to over to it, navigate there, and hit that subscribe, as it's super important to me. I want to keep getting those big name interviews, and I need those numbers. Speaking of interviews, we have a few things lined up for today and tomorrow. So we should be, I think we're going to have Steven Nelson on today. He was obviously on the undercard of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. He was also part of the parade, but he was pretty much the man in charge of the parade. Also, the creative mind behind Terence Crawford's ring outfit, and then the mastermind behind Terence Crawford's parade float. Rather than having a traditional float makeshift, they just decided to get Terence Crawford's G5, or whatever it's called, G Wagon, to pull his own boat. And he obviously got dressed up in fishing attire, and the boat symbolized coming down the parade, him coming back from the big fish excursion, right? So shout out to Steven Nelson. I actually have to send a link to his manager so we could get him on as soon as possible. That being 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, and respectively wherever else you're at, you do the math. But we will be having Steven Nelson on the show, and for anyone that wants to ask him anything specifically, all you got to do is be a Patreon or a YouTube member. On Patreon and YouTube members, you will have the ability to ask Steven Nelson a question, and we will ask him that live here on the show and let him know whose question it was. So preferably put, not only your name, but where you're from, right? So that he knows where these questions are coming from. So like Jerry in Dallas or Susan in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? That way we can show him some love. You know what I mean? So I've just tweeted out the link if you want to ask him a question. I'll also pin it here on YouTube. Now remember, if you're a YouTube member, just go over to the community page, and you should be able to see that there. I'm double checking to make sure that we have it. I see Tito Mercado. We're going to have Tito Mercado this week. We're going to have Richardson Hitchens this week. I think Hitchens is today in our second show. So, yes, on our YouTube members only community, you can definitely ask Steven Nelson a question. I see there's about 5 questions there for him so far. And again, I've pinned the link to our Patreon if you want to ask him a question on the Patreon. Once again, he was on the undercard, and he had a lot to do with not only the ring outfit, but the float itself. Now, we have some things I want you to hear. Obviously, this is some of that interview with Sway's Universe. And this is Crawford and his thoughts, his thoughts on Earl's feelings, right? But I think we'll go with this one because I want you to hear the question.
Is that the first thing you ate after all of that like heavy training and strict regimen? What did you eat after?
What's your diet?
But I still ain't ate nothing really crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what else, 2 times I want to ask, in the fight, when did you start feeling sorry for the dude, man?
Now I don't know who this guy is, so if somebody could tell me, you guys know I'm only boxing. But this guy, you know, he's the reason we're here, right? This question is what set up this beautiful answer.
Around probably like the sixth round.
Sixth round, you started feeling sorry, like yo.
I wouldn't say feeling sorry because that was a fight.
I was feeling. Listen, I love boxing. I ain't.
And the reason I say that this is a good question is because I was feeling sorry, right? Like, weren't we all at some point in that fight feeling a bit sorry? You know, calling for the stoppage. And that's what this guy is about to say. He's about to be like, yo, I never ask for anybody to get stopped. I'm usually like, kill him. But, you know, in that fight, I feel like we all were hit with a moment of sympathy for Earl because it was just brutal in there, you know? So, again, this is a great question which set up an even better answer. Helping Bud really get out there commercially. Because what he chose to say is something that's already been, you know, alive in boxing for many years. It's a fictitious character's line that he uses, but, you know, that character has been portrayed in boxing as a destroyer. He does go on to get destroyed, but that doesn't matter because we all know what he represents. So, again, I'm loving this version of Bud. You know, I just wish he would have did this sooner with all the interviews and stuff and you know, opening up. Letting us into his personality, into his life. I think that helps. When you familiarize yourself with someone, you're more inclined to spend money on them, I guess. Or at least me, right? Because if I don't know you, I don't know why I'm paying for to see you. Just my thoughts. But if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash the thumbs up. Let me go ahead and let you hear Bud's answer, which was dope.
Never say, yo, stop the fight. I'll be like, get his ass kicked. But I mean, come on now.
Listen, man, we ain't you in there. I'm like Drago. He dies. Yo.
Now you see the reaction that he got with that? You know, I'm like Drago. If he dies, he dies. The whole room bust out in laughter, man. And this is exactly what we need from Bud. We need more of those smiles that he's given us here, more of these witty answers to continue to build that brand and profile, you know. Again, Eddie Hearn made that pretty popular, building the profile, you know. He gave that advice to Wilder, and it's Danny is still MIA. You know, by the time we do that review, it's going to be too late. But I didn't want to, again, do it without him. I do want to do this WBC raffle, right? We got a whole little pack for you here. We got the WBC hat. Then we got a pin to put on the hat. So I'm going to put this pin on because I was waiting for that, right? It's right here. This is dope. I got one of these. Look. Ooh. Let me go to this cam. So you got the little WBC pin. You might have seen, actually, Bernie the Boxer had this very hat with this very pin. You know, because obviously Mauricio presented the team with these, and he did the same for us right before the fight that Friday night when he came to our appreciation night. So I'm going to go ahead and pin the pin on the hat. Right? I mean, you can put it on the front, but I feel like since it already has the WBC here, then you got the official WBC in the front. Then you throw the pin on the side. You feel me? Then we'll throw it in this little bag for you. Right? So it'll go in here. When you get it, it'll be in here. Little pack. You know what I mean? Then we got these dog tags for you. We're going to do a little WBC appreciation giveaway here. Got these little dog tags. We're going to open this up. See? So this is the dog tag. And on the back it says, always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Huh? Shout out to Mauricio, man. So we're gonna give you this little dog tag so you can just wear this, like if you was in the WBC Army. Then we got the little hat, right? And we're gonna give you a sticker too. Over here, forgot. I'm gonna give you this little sticker here. Reflective and all that. So all this will be in your little WBC care pack. And we're gonna give this away to a lucky TBV listener. You know? So again, it comes with the pin, the dog tag, the hat, the bag, and a little sticker. You feel me? T said, run that package, and that's now you got it, champ. All you gotta do is win it. We gotta win it around here. So we have that available. There's still some books as well if anybody is interested in the boxing book that you see on the desk here. This is the breakdown of boxing. Oh, damn, I forgot to say that in that pack comes a little WBC towel you see there. My bad. Let me go to that. Oops. I just noticed that. It also comes with the towel right here. Feel me? Little hand towel. On them hot days. There you go. So that's also coming in a little pack. Shout out to my boy Mauricio. I'm hoping to go to the WBC convention this year as well. So we got these books too. Shout out to two-time world boxing trainer Darryl Flanagan, Coach BDB. What up? With the breakdown of boxing. You can find these on Amazon. We do a few giveaways of these as well because we love Coach. But you can find them on Amazon if you don't want to be involved in any raffles and things of that nature. But definitely should check it out, man. It's a great book. The two people, I think Stainless got one and a few others. And those have been sent out. You should have received them by now. And I hope you're enjoying it for sure, because it's a good book. Bougie in Broward says, how much? How much for what, champ? Spence got the wrong people around him. I don't know, man. Can we blame it on that, or is it, it could be so many things, man. We just have to see. Yo, Ness, do I still get my boxing book that day? What? Bro, SDX, you better pull over and type, man. I don't know what you saying here. But if you want a book, you certainly get it. You know what I mean? If we haven't sent it out. But I'm pretty sure everyone. Yeah, Bougie, you have to scroll down. It's there. And if you don't see it, maybe you got to check your status as a member, but it's definitely there. But thank you for reminding me. I need to send the link to Steven Nelson's manager. Shit. Been supposed to did that. That's what happens when you solo dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. Hey, right on time. He like, Link. All right, so we will be getting Steven Nelson on. So once again, if you want to ask him a question, head on over to our Patreon page. I have that pinned on our Patreon page. And on our community page, you should be able to see the Steven Nelson post. So let me see here. Give you a little screen share. So this is the community page. So obviously we got the Mercado one. We posted 11 hours. Richardson Hitchens will be having on tonight. That's old. That's old. But there it is, 6 days ago. Because we knew we were getting them. So all you got to do is navigate yourself here. Come to the comment section. Drop your question right there. Right there. And then we can ask Stephen Nelson your question. Same thing for Patreon. Just navigate to our Patreon and you'll be able to go ahead and drop a question. I know, right? Danny needs 3 days to recover. He act like we was partying. I don't know. I don't know what's his excuse going to be today. But again, this is a job for a person that loves this. You know what I mean? You got to love this shit. I'm dying to talk about the parade. I think we should also just go ahead and do that. Scratch Danny. It's a wrap. He ruined the whole thought of recapping it together. But yeah, if you want to call in and discuss the parade, I'm open. 2 more minutes. We should be having Stephen Nelson as long as everything goes according to plan. And I'm being told by many people, right, that there's a video, shout out to Mill City, that Richardson Hitchens and Tank watched the fight together. And that Hitchens won money from Tank in the bet. And I'm assuming that's because Hitchens went with Crawford and Tank the opposite. But still, no one's yet to interview Tank, man, and I think that's important and needs to be done. Another thing that needs to be done is to remind you to subscribe. We're at 178,964, so we're almost at 179. I would truly just rather get to 80. Let's just get in them 80,000s already. Like 180,000 sounds a lot better than 178. But hey, one subscriber at a time. So if you're on Twitter Spaces, go ahead and retweet, right? Because that's going to get us new people that haven't heard the show and potentially they want to call in. A lot of people just listen, and I appreciate that. Head on over to iTunes, drop us a 5-star review. Remember, we're on iTunes, we're on iHeart, we're on Spotify, and everywhere that podcasts are found. So I'm waiting on the manager for Stephen Nelson, but if anybody wants to call in between that time, we'll try to take that call. And let me check if Brandon is around. Get us a poll going. So once again, if you want to ask Richardson Hitchen a question, same thing. Just head on over to our community tab on the members poll, and you can do that on Patreon. Pretty sure. Let me double check here. He should be coming on. Yes. Today at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. So he's got a nice fight. That's Cepera's a puncher, right? And Hitchens, I think he's got 7 knockouts, maybe. In his last fight out, he certainly showed, superb boxing skills. I mean, Crawford obviously had taken some of the shine away from Richardson's performance. But before Crawford fought Earl, we were discussing Hitchens' composure in that Juan Bauza fight and how he stepped up and really shined. Now, Bauza is no Errol Spence, and he's no Cepeda. So, but remember, this is not William, the undefeated Golden Boy fighter. This is Jose Cepeda that had a dangerously close fight with who is it that everybody thought got robbed him, right? Was it Jose Ramirez? I think it was the Ramirez fight and something else. Let me double check. Yeah, so the Ramirez fight, that was a close fight. Scorecards 114, 113, 115, and 112, 116, which is 8-4. The other one was obviously a draw, 114, 114. And then you got 7-5 with 113, 115. And this is one of those fights that I said where people thought he won. And that's where he picked up his hype, right, with the hardcores. Goes into the next fight, gets a stoppage, it gets overturned, no contest. Next fight, does his thing with Pedraza, moves on, and continues to stay in the win column. Destroyed Josue Vargas on the way there, and then got stopped by Regis, who Devin should be fighting in October 28th, and we know has always been a puncher. But Cepeda has a 65% knockout ratio. And I mean, again, his last knockout was not too long ago. Another Brooklyn native, New Yorker, if not from Brooklyn, Josue Vargas and Richardson Hitchens so definitely know each other. But looks like I'm joined by So Cold. What it do, Stephen Nelson? How are you?
What's up, man? Trying to get this camera to sit straight.
No worries, no worries. We appreciate you taking out the time to jump on. Um, Obviously, I wanted to have you on for a number of reasons. Um, we'll start with the fight because I know Rowdy Montgomery. What's his nickname? Because he's got like the illest name.
I
Like
think it's
he was given this name by birth too. This isn't a ring name. It was crazy. But I've watched
legend.
him. Yes, Roddy Legend Montgomery. But
Yeah,
I've watched him upset a few Golden Boy prospects. I don't know what you knew about him, and
yeah,
I figured that this fight would go the distance, and it did. Do you feel at
yeah,
any point in that fight that you thought you could get the stoppage if you did anything different, or was he just as tough as I thought he was?
yeah. He was a tough guy. I feel like I could have pressed the gas more and more on certain times because like my stamina is like good. Like they told me it was round 9 and round 10. I was like, dang, I thought I still had like 2, 3 more rounds. I was ready to go. Those more rounds, but Um, yeah, he was a tough guy. A lot of shots that I landed on him that I would land on other guys, like he was just eating up. So I was like, okay. Um, but yeah, it was a great fight. I didn't know nothing about him going into the fight. He was just a last minute replacement,
Oh
and
wow!
so much stuff. Yeah, some of the stuff was going
Can
on.
can
A lot
you
of stuff was
tell me
going
how
on.
much time did you have? Like how much days notice?
It was about 2 weeks, like no,
Okay.
it was like 10 days. It was like 10 days. It was like 10 days.
So who were you scheduled to fight?
It was two other guys. I was
Wow, you
scheduled
had
to
two
fight.
two fallouts.
Yeah, it was the guy that was 19-1. I had fought him in the amateurs, and his management promoter reached out to us and was like, "Yeah, we can make this fight happen." And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh, he's not available anymore." That was like 9 to 8 weeks out from the fight. So it was plenty of time for him to get ready. Um, and then after that, we had Shakir, the guy who was 12-0, 11 knockouts from Puerto Rico. Um, Damn, I don't remember his name. But he was 12-0 from Puerto Rico, 11 knockouts, and then he was locked down for like the whole camp, and then all of a sudden they said he was injured and he couldn't fight.
Mm.
So that's when we found that last replacement, um, Rowdy.
So, champ, I mean, you got the win. You got a couple of regional belts with the WBO and the WBA. I was present at the parade, seeing you have both of those on your shoulder. Um, but you are 35. How do we get the ball moving here? It feels like you only fight when Crawford fights.
Yeah, because after I left Top Rank, like we self promoted, and I've got different offers from different like smaller promotions and stuff like that. But by the time I'm about to get those, Bud be like, "Oh, we gonna fight? You fight on my card." So it's like I'm not gonna take these small fights. I'm 18 and old, 35 years old. I ain't taking these small fights for the little pay that they were offering and stuff like that. But luckily for this fight, PBC is looking at making some things happen. So they got a little deal on the table, idea of how they want to promote me and everything, and
Really?
yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back in the next couple of weeks about
Congrats,
how we're
man.
gonna
So
do
wait a
things.
minute. So this will be a deal in 168?
Yeah,
One fight?
potentially. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I haven't signed anything. We haven't negotiated too much. This is just talks that we had with a couple high members in PBC. So hopefully we sit down at the table. We've been enjoying the fruits of our labor and stuff for the last couple of weeks, and hopefully we turn around in the next couple of weeks and sit down and have a meeting.
Now, again, just staying on topic, is that fight by fight, or are they offering you a multi-fight at 68? Because there's a lot of opposition there. I mean, people don't want to fight Benavidez. People don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. You have
Yeah.
Canelo on that side of the street. You got David Morrell
Right.
on that side of the street. I mean, the 68 pounders, there's a lot for you over there.
Yeah, well, it'll be a multiple fight deal. I mean, like I said, we haven't sat down and went over negotiations and stuff like that. This was just verbal,
Nah, for sure. I
verbal
get it.
agreement. So we haven't sat down and said, okay, let's go this way and that route. But from the talks of it, it's a really good deal. So it's that time for me, and I feel like I'm that good where I just pop up. People like, dang, where's this guy been? Like, who is this dude? Like, there's people who know me, but the boxing world, I went to boxing world, but like, man, like he with Crawford team? Wow, I didn't know. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking for it too.
So, what is Paul your manager, or is he your marketing manager? And is Bomac your manager, or are you not with Bomac as a manager and just as a fighter
Um,
trainer?
you know, Bo Mac, like our relationship, like all of Team Crawford, like we don't have like set jobs. People on different platforms put labels on each one of us, but when I say this, people don't believe it. They think we're just saying it because it sounds good, but we're like all like a brotherhood, and like Bo Mac's like our uncle and stuff, and they look over. Like none of these guys had the experience in the places in the placements they're in right now before you know Bud went pro. We all just knew each other from the neighborhood, and we just built a team up around Bud, and then I started boxing, and then around me, it was just like we're a brotherhood. So Bomac never had a title as a manager. He just always looked out, and he knew how to handle us as a manager.
Mm.
But Paul is my market. I signed to him as my marketing manager. But like he's a good friend of us, so he presents different deals. PG Sports, he presents different deals. Like, hey, we got this guy over here. He wants to do this and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, or nay. with marketing and fighting. He's brought a couple deals to me for fights and stuff like that. But then the Crawford and Spence fight came up, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on that.
Word. I have James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas. Do you think Crawford will become undisputed at 154?
Yeah, I think the thing is, it depends on the Charlo and Canelo fight, because when we heard that news, we was like, man, dang, Canelo messing the bag up. But I think he will. I don't think if okay, let me go back. If Charlo released all the title, Bud is not gonna go chase them all. He's not gonna go and chase them one by one. Bud's at the point where he like, man, like, I'm not about to sit around boxing and keep on taking all these fights, because people don't understand, man. These camps, the way we train and the dedication we have, these camps and all that, man, is taxing.
Mm.
They real hard, because we don't go to camp just to train like we do when we're off season. We go and we bust our ass like hard, no days off, 7 days a week, 3-4 times a day we training. So, but if Charlo holds on to them titles and Bud can go fight Charlo, yeah,
You do know when Canelo and Charlo step in the ring, Charlo
it's
loses
not
one of
for his
those
belt.
titles.
Yeah, I know Charlo's not fighting for his title. Only Charlo can
No, no,
win.
no, no, no.
Canelo.
But he will lose one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he loses the WBO. Tim Tszyu will be in Australia. He'll get elevated.
Oh, wow. I didn't look that deep into it, but I mean, in that case too, 1, 2 people, maybe. It's a strong maybe, but I don't. It's not like it would be if Charlo kept all the titles and Bud can go up there and fight him. It's a definite yes, but I don't see Bud just chasing down all them titles. And this is not where, I mean, I've talked to him about it and I've gotten his vibe from it. This is just my own assessment of, I don't think Bud's gonna go chase all them titles.
I want to go back to you. Out of all the names at PBC in your division, which is your big fight? Which is like, if it's a 3-fight deal, who's last on the deal because he's the big fight, or do you want the big fight first?
Canelo, for sure. But I mean, honestly, and strategically, I wouldn't take that fight right now.
So who would you
I mean,
take first?
if they came to me to offer that, yeah, I would. But I wouldn't. I'm not trying to chase that fight right now, because like, I do need that experience. I do need to get that 3-year ring rust off. I do need to fight better oppositions. I understand that. So strategically, yeah, I want to fight and work my way up. Realistically, just going there for a paycheck, like, oh, you fight Canelo, oh, okay, like, I know, like, he got a lot of experience, you know, compared to my experience. So I do need those fights where I can be like, okay, now I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel like I have the skill, I had the talent, but you gotta know how to use it.
Do you feel you need one fight before you fight a David Morrell, who's the WBA super
Yeah,
middleweight champ,
yeah,
or can you
yeah.
go
Fights
straight
like
into
that,
a Morrell fight?
fights like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm ready for fights like that, because um, he doesn't have the same type of ring experience as Canelo. He's good, he's talented, but I feel like I can pull that off.
So
I
you,
know ways to pull it off. I've seen him fight. I know ways I can pull it off.
so to be clear, that could be, theoretically speaking, that hypothetically speaking, that could be your first fight. You wouldn't mind it being your first fight with PBC,
Yeah,
David Morrell?
yeah, it could be.
Now, what about the fact that they've been having what's that, Minneapolis a lot headlining? Would you mind having to go to quote unquote his?
It don't matter. I don't. It don't matter. We can fight in my backyard. I don't matter. Uh, Location don't matter to me. Like shit, I was there, witness when Bud went over to Scotland and fought Ricky Burns over there, and the whole arena was moving. Like that's showtime.
Mm.
That's when I perform better. When it's more of a crowd or crowds booing you and stuff like that, and you got to prove something.
All
You
right.
always
And
got to.
what about Demetrius Andrade? He is now a two-time champ. He's been kind of that name in boxing for a long time that doesn't get the respect. Feels he deserves bigger fights, but just also signed the PBC and only fought Damon Nicholson on PBC. There are rumors of him potentially fighting David Benavidez, but would you immediately take an Andrade, or because
Yeah,
he's a
yeah, I
two-time champ,
would.
do you need one fight before that?
No, I'll take that too.
Mm. What about Andre? What do you see in Andre that you feel would make a good fight between you and him?
I just feel like he's good. I'm giving him his credit. I know him not personally. I know him through Bud and stuff. Bud and him is real cool. But I just feel like when I watch him, he has a lot of openings, a lot of mistakes that he made that I can capitalize off of.
How do you think the fight plays out with him and Benavidez, David, if it happens?
It depends on which one of each of those fighters show up, because both of those guys, it's not a consistent performance on both ends. Sometimes they
Really?
have, yeah. I don't ever see a consistent performance. Like sometimes you will see Benavidez have an okay, all right fight, and the next one he do amazing. And then one he have an off fight. The same thing with Andre, like he have bouncy fights. Sometimes on, sometimes perfect, sometimes it's off. So I feel like that fight, it depends on which one of those guys show up both nights. If the best Benavidez show up and the okay Demetrius show up, then Benavidez gonna pull it off and flip flop. If this one show up and that one don't, those guys a 50-50 fight. It depends on which guys show up.
I got the perfect scenario. I'm about to speak it into existence. This could actually happen.
Yeah.
Jamal Charlo, first fight at 68. There was obviously rumors that he was going to fight Canelo. Then his brother comes out. He actually gets the fight. Also doubles down and said it was never Jamal that was going to get it. It was always Jamel that was supposed to get it. But now Salvador Rodriguez from ESPN Deportes is reporting that Jamal is next. Obviously, before he fights Canelo, the world would probably want to see him in there with someone because he's been so inactive. But he's the current WBC champion at 160, wanting to move up to 68. Had conversations already with David Benavidez. Now he's got the issue with Caleb's Plant that smacked him that Friday before the fight.
That shit was
Who's
crazy.
also that dude is also 68. So it's like, would you I know you would take it. Would they be making a mistake giving it to you? Charlo moving up to
Yeah.
168, you being his first fight.
Yup. Definitely a mistake.
Tell me
Definitely a
why.
mistake.
Tell me
Like,
why. We got to get this fight out there in the universe. He know he need a fight before he get in there with Canelo. You know you want that fight. Why
yeah,
not?
yeah. Tell him to reach out and call me. I'll take that fight. I'll take that fight. The Charlo, the big Charlo, he's like, I remember when I first started boxing, I seen both of them fight. I was like, man, them dudes is good. But that's when I first started boxing. I didn't know too much about boxing. But now I look back and I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. Like, in so many ways. I can walk him down, I can box him, both. It don't matter. I can beat him either way. Um, yeah, I want that fight. I'll take that fight for real, for real.
Where did you start your
It'd
career
be
at?
dope. It'd be dope as hell if like me and Bud can fight both Trollo brothers on the same card.
The only thing with that, it'll push it back because I feel like Charlo, Big Charlo, will need a fight this year because if his brother's fighting Canelo in September, that means Canelo's next fight is in May. So Charlo got to be ready by May. So you and Charlo got to fight in between May, between now
Right.
and May.
Yeah. But either
Um,
way, it'd be a great fight. Not speaking about anybody else, but on me, on my part, yeah, I'll take that fight.
what weight class did you start your career? Are you a natural 168? And by that I mean, did you start at 68?
Nah, I was 78 in the amateurs, and then the
Mm.
pros went down to 75, and then my nutritionist was like, "Let's try to see if you can make 68," and I made 68.
So not only
You
are
know,
you the naturally bigger man, you're like Benavidez coming down in weight to make the weight. So
yeah, for sure. I make 68. Like I gotta have a perfect training camp. I can't just be like right now. They be like, "Hey, we got a fight for you in 4 weeks." I ain't making a 68 in
mm.
4 weeks. I need a full training camp.
Do you think Charlo's power carries up to 68 from 60 versus you?
Yeah, no,
Because he started his career at 54.
yeah, but I never seen him as like, oh, he got hella power. Like I never seen him as a dangerous puncher to me. So, of course, we all elite. We all got some kind of pop, but it's nothing to worry about to me. He comes to 68.
Now he is 32 years old. You're 35. When's your birthday?
June 4th.
Oh, so you just turned 35. What
Yeah.
do you think that the age matters? We just seen Terence Crawford put on the best performance of his life at 35. Even though in interviews I've heard him say that wasn't his best, but we the world seem to think that was the best we've ever seen Crawford, and that was
Yeah.
at
I think
35.
it was just labeled as the best because of who he was fighting and how everybody had Errol Spence being that guy. But a lot of times people slept on a lot of Bud opponents because they didn't have that big name. They were coming up and they were undefeated and they were or just won a title and stuff, but they was overseas and they didn't have a real big name into boxing. So people discredit his opponents. So now I hope that now people give his opponents better credit. Like, man, damn, that dude Bud fought, he did better than Errol Spence, so he had to be a little better. So, but they say style make fight, so it'll always be some kind of excuse of why, you
Just to
know.
double back, Jamal Big Charlo is 33 years old, and his
Oh
birthday
yeah,
is May 19th. So I was just asking, is age nothing but a number to you
yeah,
because of what you've seen Crawford do?
right. But yeah. So to double back on that, I don't think age make a man. I think it's how you take care of your body and how much abuse you put your body through. Because some of these guys that I'm competing against been doing it since they were kids and teenagers. I started boxing at 21 and didn't do any other sport before that. I was just in the army and I just started boxing.
Mm.
Never play any other. I play other organized sports like on the street, pick up ball and stuff like that. But I was out in the street, running the streets and stuff like that. So I wasn't, I was too much. I was too much of a nuisance to be any part of any sports. So when I joined the military, and that was my break in life where I started to change my life, I started boxing. So I got 13, 14 years of experience in my body versus guys who got 20, 25 years in their body, even though they're younger than me.
So I want to I mean not double. I want to go over to some of the many things that you did before I go back to the people's questions because we do have a lot of questions from the people for you. But
Yeah.
that being said, I wanted you to, I guess, tell us in your own words because it's rumored that you designed Terence Crawford's ring outfit. So I just want to give you the floor and get your, mindset behind the creative thought process behind it because, I think that ring outfit will be remembered. And
Right.
obviously that was one of your creations, from what I'm told.
Yeah, so since the beginning of my career, I've always made my own uniforms. Because my first uniform, a dude played me, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna start doing my own uniforms. And I went and figured it out, and I started making my own uniforms. Long story short, but always been, around. We be in camp together. He always seen that I made my own uniforms, but he was always signed to Everlast. Everlast always made his uniforms. So back in December, he was like, "Man, I'm about to ask Everlast if you can make my uniform or something." They just sign off on it or whatever like that. So he got back to me. He was like, "Hey, they say that you can design a uniform and just send it to them, and then they'll make it."
Oh
He said,
wow.
"Make my uniform." So back in December, I made his uniform when he fought on BOK Prime, and I fought in the card as well. And everybody was like, "Man, your uniform is dope, dude. Made it." And he was like, "Oh, Steve made me this." So then we come around to this training camp. I mean, Bud was already in the talks. He said, "Man, the deal about to get done. I've been talking to Spence. I've been talking to everybody. Man, we got to get this shit done." He was like, he said, "Hey, man, stay in shape, cause you know you're gonna be on the card. Stay in shape. Stay in shape."
That's
So
what's up.
then when we get to camp, it was like the second day of camp. He said, "You know what time it is, bro? What you gonna do for me this time?" I was like, "Oh, I got you, I got you, I got you." So weeks prior, he sent me a picture of him. He said, "Man, turn this into Aquaman um um picture
Outfit.
of me outfit." So I was like, "All right." I helped him design that picture he posted of him with the thing. And
Yeah, yeah.
so I was like, "Oh man, we gonna do Aquaman. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out as Aquaman because I always come out as different characters, Marvel characters, and horror movie characters and stuff like that." But then he posted it. He posted it to announce the fight, and I seen the comments. Everybody was like, "Oh, you should come out as Aquaman." I said, "You know what? I'm about to flip it up. I'm about to switch it up on him." And when he told me, "Let's design the uniform," I got the drawing. It took me about an hour. Drew it up, came on my mind. I was like, "Man, oh boy called himself Big Fish. We about to go fishing." I just drew it all up and I showed him. He was like, "Man, that motherfucker is dope." He said he was like that. I was like, "Yep, this is what we going with." And I sent it over to Everlast, and then I said, "Hey, I contacted Everlast. I said, "Hey, y'all, make sure you have your design team stay in contact with me because I want them to make it exactly how I wanted to do it, from the shoes, everything." And that's where it went from. The only thing that uh, I had planned for it, but I didn't get to do it because we had so much stuff going on, was the net was supposed to have a whole bunch of tackle box gear on it, like bobbers and and stuff of that nature. But I didn't get to do it and add it on there when the uniform got to us. But it still was dope as hell, man. Everybody loved it.
Definitely, we loved it as fight fans when we seen that net across his shoulder. Then you went above and beyond and put it on the waistband. So when he took the jacket off, it's like we still see he out there. Um,
The
but
whole
s-
fight, yep.
but since you said it, like we about to catch the big fish, I gotta jump around because I'm also told that you were behind the creative thought process on the parade float, and rather than having a regular float, you decided, bro, you should
Both.
be on the boat.
Yeah, I'm a creative person, man, all around, even outside the ring, and just being an artist. And I be having all these ideas of stuff I want to do in my life, and I just save it in my notes on my phone. Movie ideas, skits I want to do, and jokes, and all I got all kind of ideas, uniforms, and music ideas, and lyrics that I come up with for rapping. I just come up with stuff and I just save it because you never know when you might need it. So, but sometimes this dude off the fly when he was like he gonna be on the float. I'm like, man, we gonna drag it out. Let's go all the way. Come out on the boat and the fisherman fit caught the big fish to celebrate, and we gonna have a fish fry too. We're gonna get 1,000 pounds of fish. Go to the park and come free fish. Everybody show up.
So was that your idea as well? The vest with the hat? Because I mean, it was full fishing attire. We
No,
seen.
like man, Bud gonna do what he gonna do, and he a fish. He fish for real. Like he really go out. He got a boat. Both of them boats was his boats.
Okay.
Those are his personal own boats. So he go out fishing all the time. He got all that gear at the house, and he just, what I mean, just put it
Perfect.
on.
But it was perfect. It fits so well to have the fisherman hat and the fucking net,
Yeah,
the vest. Um, Bro, you were also in charge of throwing the parade. So on top of training, designing the outfit, being, a best friend to your man on the biggest day of his life, you also had to plan the parade and be
yeah,
involved in it. So tell me a little bit about that. Because
yeah.
honestly,
Cause
I never seen nothing like that. Like I know Deontay Wilder had a parade in Alabama. Salute to him. I wasn't able to go. From the pictures I seen, it just wasn't as many people as it was at in Omaha. It was insane out there. I mean, the park
yeah,
alone had like 15,000.
yeah. But you got to think of it like Omaha don't have a pro team. We don't have a pro football and basketball team. So when we get somebody like Bud to do what he did, that's our Super Bowl celebration. So everybody in the whole city is gonna come out because Omaha, Nebraska is a big sports town. But like I was saying in my speech, we have to pick teams every season to bandwagon on and jump on. Like when we up there, we got people here going for Dallas, people going for New York, people going for LA, but we don't have our own team. So we feel like Bud is our own team, and hopefully one day, I get there as well. But man, when it comes to the people and the support, man, you can't beat it. And when we first came back from the fight, my phone was blowing up from a lot of different senators and people from organizations around Omaha, and they're all saying the same thing. They're all saying, "Hey, we want to throw a parade for Bud. We want to throw a parade for Bud." But they all saying the same date. I'm like, man, something's fishy going on. Like, why is everybody? It's not a coincidence. Everybody's saying the same thing. But I'm the executive director of B&B Sports Academy, so people can't get a hold of Bud. They go to me because they know that I'm next to him all the time, and they can get to me. So everybody was contacting me. I'm like, man, something is weird. But then the mayor's office called me that evening. It was like, we trying to throw a parade for Bud, but we didn't know how to contact you guys. So somebody gave us your information. I was like, oh, that's funny because everybody been contacting me. It was like, yeah, forget all them people because they going through me. They going through the mayor. They going through us. I was like, oh, it said come down to City Hall tomorrow and have a meeting. And that's why I went down there, and they said they wanted to do a parade, but I'm like, we want to throw it in North Omaha where we grew up at. They like, man, like we would do it. We want to celebrate you guys, but there is nowhere in North Omaha to celebrate on this level. And I'm like, wow. And they like, yeah, the parades you guys have in North Omaha is maybe 3,000-4,000 people. We're trying to do it for 15 to 20,000 people. And we like, oh, they trying to go that big. And that's why I went back and talked to Bud, and I let him know what they was trying to do and the budget and everything. He was like, well, let's do it. So I went back to the mayor's office and I said, hey, if we're going to do it, we want to make sure, the people in our community benefit and our organization benefit. So I just bargained a couple of things, and I said, I want to make sure, I want to know I want to be able to control who's a part of it, who's in it, and then any funds being, made off of this fundraising, we want to benefit B&B organization, and they okayed it. So from that day, we was meeting up every day, and we built a team to handle certain things, and we made that happen. And being in that seat, I start to realize like these these events that we see and we be a part of, it takes so much to build and to make happen. But it was fun, like the whole deal. Every day sitting down in the mayor's office and going over all the parameters and the people and contacting and appointing jobs and appointing stuff. It was just amazing. And then to sit there and be part of the celebration and see it all come together was, it's nothing like it.
So you said you were part of selecting who was gonna be in it. How'd you make that decision? Cause let me tell you, there was some funny shit. Like them dudes in the little go-karts, that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. So, North Omaha is like I always explained it. North Omaha to a lot of people is like when you watch Lion King and Mufasa told Simba and them they can't go to that certain area. A lot of people look at North Omaha like that. So we always have parades in North Omaha, but only North Omaha people are going to be a part of it. Nobody's from West Omaha and South Omaha is going to come down there for a parade because they had this whole vision of what North Omaha is. Um, so I was like, so you know what? Let's take North Omaha to them, to a neutral meeting ground like downtown Omaha. Anybody go down there, everybody down there. Got a lot of things. We got that the new area that everybody was at, the Gene Leahy Mall. That's recently built. Like it's a lot of stuff and a lot of people that comes down there. So it was perfect. Um, and when going through that planning and everything, I knew that there are certain people in our community that build the parades. So shout out to Precious McKesson. She works a lot in the community. I hired her to handle that, handle the parade lineup and everybody in it and contacting and making sure the right organizations in North Omaha were in it. She was like, hey, is there any people that you want in it? And are you okay with these people being in it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, yeah, yeah. So it was perfect. Like you give those certain jobs to certain people and they capitalize on it.
Yeah, nah, man, it was the real deal. I think I was well, first of all, I want you to know I don't watch any other sport. Like
Yeah.
never have. I've never watched not one Super Bowl ever. No Grand Slams,
Wow.
nothing. So just boxing for me. So it was special. I've never seen a parade for one man. Like I'm from the tri-state area originally, right?
Yeah.
So like you go to New York City, it's the Puerto Rican Day parade, It's the New York City parade. You got Macy's and all these big corporations. Like there was that many people just there for Bud, yelling "I love Bud" and had signs for Bud and drill teams and marching bands. Bro, I honestly kept repeating he might have a career in politics. He could probably run for mayor in a couple years for that fucking state or city or so. I don't know, bro. But what's
Yeah,
your thoughts?
yeah, for
Because
sure.
I that was a lot of love he got.
Yeah, I feel like being here and Bud having the momentum he's had from here in the last 10, 11, 12 years, he can do anything he want to do position wise, job wise when he retires. It's all up to him. If he into politics, if he want to be part of that world, he can. We have a friend that we grew up with, ran the same streets as we did, wrestled on the same team as Bud did. He's a senator.
Mm.
His name is Terrell McKinney. And he's went through all kind of adversity and stuff like that. So Bud definitely can do it. He definitely can do he can do any of that. It's up to him though.
How relieved and proud were you of the city? Because I literally only seen like one dude get hemmed up by, security. There was no issues, no problems, no
That
fights,
was our
no
that
car
was our boy too.
accidents.
Yeah.
I'm from the tri-state area, so like I expected that main street in front of the park to be ridiculously hectic before and after the parade, but even the traffic flowed well, man. The city really showed out, I believe, and I feel like we need to highlight that because that many. I
Man,
mean, I mean, they said there was 15,000 at the park plus another 10 on that other Ave where you guys came down in the boat. So it's like
yeah.
if you had 20 to 25,000 people and we only got one girl fight and one dude had to get talked to by security, that is impressive.
That man, we was. It's funny you say that because I felt like you had a mic on us yesterday, me and Bud, because we was at the gym working out on the treadmill. We was running. We was talking about it. We was like, man, it's wild that there was no problem the whole day. Not only did we had a parade, but I also, directed our first annual, boxing matches for our kids. So that was right afterwards. No issues. And then we had the after party that was downtown at this new music hall called the Steel House. No fights, no problems, nothing. Like we was like, dude, that whole day we had no problem. And then after the after party, we no after yeah with the after party we went to the after hours and there was no problem. The cops ended up clearing it out because it was too many people. It was at this place called Johnny T's, and it's small, man. Like it's maybe the size of a small family home. It ain't big at all. But man, the whole street was packed with people because they heard that we were coming down there. It was packed. The inside was full. People was lined up outside. Then the cops just ended up coming and shut it down because there's too many people. But there was no problems the whole day. And then we was like, man, that's crazy, dude. We was going to these places and we see different people from different hoods and different gangs, and we know like, dang, these dudes don't get along, but everybody got along. Everybody came together as a city. And my grandmother, she's 87 years old. And I went to her house yesterday to see her because I haven't seen her since I've been home. And she said, the 87 years of my life, I have never seen that many people in the city of Omaha come together like that. 87 years of living, she said she never seen nothing like that. And she was crying and it was like, this is amazing for you to be a part of it. And not only just be a part of it, be like directing it and being so much part of this. And she was just amazed by it.
I was
So, man, we
amazed,
feel the
champ.
same way.
I was amazed. There was a lady there, and that's the thing. I was amazed at how big and small the town was. And what I mean by that is like I met a lady and she's just like, I was with Sean Porter. She's like, we love you, Sean. We love you, Sean. And then she's kept doing it. We started talking. I forgot what her name was, Lord. I should have remembered for purposes of this interview, but she said, oh, Muffin. She said, tell Bud you met Muffin. And somehow she's related. Another girl took a picture with her. She was related. It's like, someone told me the first day I got there, it's like, yo, you could be standing with someone and not know them, but
Right.
someone else knows them or they related to someone else in this city. And that's
Yeah.
how it felt. It was so many ladies with cheers and just people saying they love Bud. It was a lot of
Yeah,
love,
it's
man. A
crazy
lot of
because,
love.
man, like, dude is super humble, sometimes too humble, man. I be having to tell him, like, man, we can't go here, we can't do this because, man, you bigger than what you think you are. And he like, oh, yeah, you right. I'm
Well,
like,
I do
man,
want to give you credit for that because as the director and the person in charge, I was certainly shocked he had that much security, though, bro. You had them dudes like
oh, yeah,
my
I
man.
had to hire, we had to, because it was the police was working the grounds and they had them doing all the groundwork. But I said, man, we need private detail for security because
Yes.
the police is not going to be able to control all these people from rushing him, want to take pictures and shake his hand and all that. So I added to the budget. We had to hire, private security team,
No,
10
I seen
guys
it.
to make sure everything
I
flowed, man.
seen it, bro. It felt like a scene out of a movie. Dudes was like in fucking vests with my man had a gun on his hip, one on the fucking on his leg. Then the dude had this big. I'm like, God damn!
Yeah.
They was protecting him like the president. Salute to you, man. You
Cause
made
man,
sure he was
Man,
safe.
Omaha. I was surprised there was no issues, but usually, man, Omaha when you get together like that, man, so much stuff be going down, man. But it seems like our scope is starting to change because Bud is starting to inspire people and make them realize like you don't have to do this stuff. Because growing up, like we felt like we had to sell drugs and gang bang and stuff to get to that level because we didn't have too many people that was right in our community. We had people that made it out through school. They was play football and they made it out, but they was always those dudes that you knew they was gonna do that. But you ain't never seen nobody come from the hood and come from the streets make it anywhere. So a lot of kids were inspired by those guys. They be inspired by those dudes because those are the dudes that got the money and got the attention and got the girls and stuff. So the kids like, well, that's the best I can do. I'm gonna try to be like him. But now people can look at Bud and be like, man, we can make it. People hit me up that don't even box. Say, man, y'all inspire me to do better in my business and do better what I do. And the things that they do, they don't have to box. They can just be inspired to do better at what they do. Give it their all. Keep pushing. Keep working.
Well, champ, I'm gonna get through a bunch of these questions from the people. We got Grandin Embry from Cincinnati, Ohio. What is it like working with Bomac and the team, and what is it like sharpening your ring skills and IQ with Bud?
Um, Shoot, it's like growing up with your brothers and your uncles, your dad, and they teaching you different stuff. Really, like it's it don't feel like it's like our job. It's like we go to camp and it's like, all right, we all get away from the city and we get to focus on things and we enjoy each other in our time and make things happen. Like to be doing it for so long, it's not like super special in that way where you notice something different. If people come in from off the street and come hang out with us, they be like, "Man, you guys' team is amazing." But I've been here since day one, so it's like a brotherhood, man. It's like growing up with a bunch of brothers.
I got Ryan Fraser all the way from Toronto, Canada. He says, "Can you describe the atmosphere in the gym working alongside champions like Crawford and Shakur?" I guess that's kind of the same question, except he
Yeah,
added Shakur.
it's like a brotherhood, man. It's fun. It's like I said, growing up with your people right next to you, and y'all all doing the same thing.
I got Juan Mancha in Houston that says, "You killed it with the netted shorts. Who are you looking at as your next opponent?"
Um, any of the guys that are upcoming that's trying to get to the same place as me, who want to fight for the titles. Any of those guys.
Okay, this one is a little bit. He says, what is this? Wilder's, I don't know. Why he says, what was the logistics of putting the parade together? I mean, you kind of answered that as well, how difficult it was and how many jobs you had to assign, but I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, it's just really like directing. Like that's why they call me the exec director because I'm the overseeing director of just appointing different jobs and different people and making sure everything is had the same goal. I mean, I have one goal, but everybody have to have that same goal, but they have to do their portion to it. That's the main thing.
I'm hoping you had a lot to do with matchmaking on the amateur show because I hope you remember the name of one kid that I think is special. And it ain't JD and it ain't Reno. It was Bryce. He's not from your
Oh
gym. Do you know what's his last
yeah.
name? Who is he?
What's Bryce's last name? Yeah, I know you're talking about. I forgot this. I forgot. I think he's from Southside. Is he from
Bro,
Southside?
he's a white kid though.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm telling
He's
you,
nice.
y'all don't even know what y'all got there. Like somebody got to train him. He got this natural right hand. That kid might be Deontay Wilder in that little ass body. I promise you, man. Go. Did y'all record that? Did y'all record the fights? You need to go watch that fight, Steven. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
I I had a videographer, but I was running around so much doing this stuff,
Bruh, let
directing
me
and make
tell you
sure everything
something.
was flowing.
This
I didn't see
kid,
not one flight.
this kid is only 16. He's only 16, bro. He's
Yeah, I know
he's
Bryce.
raw. He's raw. Like you gonna look at him and be like, what the fuck? Nah, he's not. Cause he needs complete development. But that right hand is God given. I promise you.
Yeah,
He releases that shit like 4 minutes. I was so impressed, man. That I lost my voice that day. That kid was something else. And the dude they matched
yeah,
him with was way more experienced, but that right hand got him out of every problem. He needed to get developed and have a
right.
left hook and a jab. I swear. I introduced him to Bernie because I was that impressed. I ain't seen nothing like that.
Yeah,
At that age,
but eventually they all circle back. You know, they gonna come to the home team, even though they're with other gyms, they gonna come to the home team to work with us and stuff. So we gonna definitely probably see them more often. I seen him at another fight that was I think in Iowa. It was in Iowa a couple months ago. I seen him there.
yeah, I think he's
But
from a
yeah,
neighboring city. He told me, but he has plans on
yeah,
moving to Omaha. He said, man. So I
yeah. They
introduced
always
him to
come. They
Bernie,
always
man.
come to the home team. So we gonna get a hold of
That
them.
kid special. I know he is. He just got to stay in boxing. But I
Yep.
got Big Bruh Combat Coolin says, good showing last fight. How many bouts do you believe you have until a title shot? And will it be on a network with just you on the card, or will it happen whenever Bud fights again?
No, I'm definitely about to, you know, go down my own lane and start to get these bigger fights and stuff, you know. But him being my bro and giving me the opportunity to find this card to display and stay active, it was a blessing. But at the end of the day, you know, I gotta have my own story as well. So I'm thinking the next like 2 to 3 fights is gonna be a title fight, to be honest.
Nice. I got Lids Low in Decatur, Georgia. Champ, just want to say appreciate you taking the pick with me. We met in the MGM by the ring with the Lions. You cool, solid dude. Just wanted to shout you out, champ.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, and I think two more. We got Real Recognize Real. What's your plans for 2024?
Definitely, I think by 2024, end of 2024, it should be a title shot. It should be a title shot for real. Like you said, I'm 35. Like, I feel healthy, but it's so much in life that I want to do. So it's definitely time to, you know what I mean, to you know, go down my own road and blow up who Steven So Cold Nelson is.
I got B-Lo from Phoenix, Arizona. What up, champ? You look good your last bout. How old were you when you got into boxing, and who was a big influence on your career? Best of luck to you in the future. You said 21. That stuck out to me because I believe
Yep,
Sergio Martinez was
I
21 when he
started.
started.
Yep, I started in 2010, 21, and no lie, the first person I called when I started boxing was Bud. I
Mm.
grew up with Bud, and he was always known to be a boxer. When I first started boxing, I was like, man, Bud, I'm boxing now, man. We gotta get in the ring. We gotta start sparring. He's like, man, I don't think you're ready, man. You just keep working. I said, wait till I come back home. I was in North Carolina. Went back home first and sparred him. Man, I'm like, man, Bud, you small, man. Man, I got in that ring, though. He showed me that it was a different level. But that motivated me to go back and work on different stuff. 'Cause that's how I am. When somebody show me something, I'm going, you know, elevate on the level and perfect it fast. So that was 2010. Came back and sparred him again. The next time he was like, "Dang, you like night and day." Gave him some work, and ever since then I've been like one of his head sparring partners, and we've been working together and teammates. And 2012 was the first time I blew up, and you know, nationally by going to the Olympic trials and making it to the finals. You know, and giving the Marcus Brown one of the toughest fights he had. A lot of people thought I pulled it off, but they gave it to him, and I was the Olympic training partner Olympic alternate and stuff. So I blew up from there in the amateurs. Like, man, who is this guy? Where he coming from? But yeah, I was inspired. I was definitely inspired by Bud, and it's funny. I tell people my first boxing match I ever seen was Mayweather versus Sugar Shane. That was the first boxing match I ever watched. 2000, I think it's 2011.
Yeah, man. Nah, I mean, unless you're a hardcore, you usually get brought into a sport by a big casual fight, like something like a Mayweather and a Mosley. But
Yep.
so cold. Those are all the questions we got through everything. But your manager did ask in the chat, is there any professional fighters that you would like to create a ring outfit for?
Yeah, I have. Like I said, I save everything in my notes, and I have more outfits than I would ever be able to use. More ideas and characters to come out with, and then like when you're a creative person, man, you can just come off with so much stuff. If a person say, "Hey, I'm fighting, but I'm fighting blase blase," I'm like, "Oh, they call themselves this. Let's make something to combat that." So I would love to make uniforms and design uniforms
Come
for
on, man. Let's pitch it. Let's pitch it. I mean, we
all of
still
them.
got 46 days before Charlo's fight. What you got in that head on cap
Yeah,
right now for
I'll make
Charlo?
uniforms. I'll make uniforms for them too. Mayweather, he doing the exhibition. I love to make a uniform for him. That's
But
one of my
throw me an
biggest.
idea for Charlo, man. He
He,
in the biggest fight of his life. What would you come up for? What would you come up
well, I
with?
wouldn't throw it out because then somebody else could take the idea to him or something like that. So,
So
but I
it's
got
all good,
ideas
champ.
for him.
They
I would
they
have to.
they could
I
they
would
could
have to
try
sit
to
down.
imitate you.
Right. Like if I were him, I would come out and he fighting Canelo. I'll come out and it's on record now. So if he do it or anybody do it, get a credit to So Cold. I will come out as people don't remember this movie, but Desperado. Y'all remember
Okay,
Desperado?
ain't that with Antonio Banderas?
Yup. I will
Okay.
come out as Desperado. Come out with the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
the black with the chains on the side. Come out Desperado.
Okay.
I'm the real. I would come out as Desperado if I was Charlo.
All right. Well, so Cold,
Cause
give everybody.
cause I guarantee you, every time they fight the Mexican, they always come out with the same thing that Mayweather did with the little hat, the red,
Mm-hmm.
white, and green. It's like, yeah, switch it up, man. I do something different, man. I've seen this uniform like 4 times, 5 times. Switch it up.
You ain't
Come out as
lying.
Desperado.
You ain't lying. Tank did the same exact uniform, I think, versus Leo.
Yep, Tank did it. I think I seen a couple people do it. I think
Chris Colbert did it,
uh,
just different
yep,
colors, I think.
yep.
But champ, give out that
Uh,
social media, man, in case there's some people out here crazy enough not to be following you.
Man, y'all gotta follow me, man. If y'all want to be inspired and and wanna see somebody that can do anything, and from comedy to flying planes to building
That
stuff to
that was
boxing,
dope.
everything, dog. You name it, I do it. Uh, so many things. You can keep up with me. Follow me on Instagram, Stephen Nelson Boxing. Same thing on TikTok and Facebook. Stephen So Cold Nelson is my fan page. Twitter, So Cold Nelson. So Cold. Just follow me, man. It's not hard to click the like button, the follow button, and you'll follow me in my career, my life, really.
Appreciate you, champ, man. Thanks for coming on. Look forward to getting you back on when you ready to confirm that deal.
Yes, sir.
All
So
right.
Cold. We're gonna get it.
Let's do it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Soko Nelson. Phone lines are open if you want to call in, discuss either the interview, the parade, or Terence Crawford's thoughts on Earl's feelings, calling himself Drago, saying if he dies, he dies. We got a super chat here from High Low Sports Centrum. $2. The boxing voice is more. Appreciate you. High and Low Sports Centrum right back with another $2. He says the boxing voice is made. Appreciate you. And we got two Wokes. I don't know, maybe two Wokes or two Wocs, or two C's, two C's maybe. It's I mean, because this is underscore, then a number two, then a W, then an O, then a capital C with a lowercase s. So this could be many things here, but we're just gonna go ahead and salute you for becoming a contender. And we have to now, let me see what we got left. All right. So we got no callers. I'm going to wrap it up, which sucks because there's over 700 people watching. So you're obviously entertained, but we got no callers and I can't keep rambling in circles. So I will be out. We'll be back later on this afternoon, but definitely subscribe because I'm going to be doing a spontaneous show. I just got a message from late boy Danny, so he'll get here whenever he gets here. Maybe we can do the finally recap the parade, which is now probably not necessary since we just had Steven Nelson recap the parade with all the great details that we wouldn't have had during our own recap. But whatever. And remember, we're giving away the WBC Care Pack. Let me do that one more time. Canna, clip this. All right. So we're going to be giving out WBC hat, snap back, also with the gold pin that we just put on there. Let me switch cams. Get that? There you go. The gold pin we just put on there. Got the WBC snapback, So now you got the WBC in the front. Then you got the little gold pin. Then the official emblem on the side. No worries. That's in your little WBC care pack. You got WBC reflective sticker. You got WBC. Whoa, shit. You got the WBC bag. You know what I mean? Put this on. Hit the gym. Little water bottle, little towel, your lock. You know what I mean? Not much you need to put in here, but definitely great for the gym. And since you're out there staying healthy, wipe your sweat with the official WBC towel. You know what I'm saying? This way. Official. That goes in the care pack. And then we got the dog tag. You got the dog tag for anybody that's part of the WBC army. There you go. So this would go around your neck like so. And on the back, it has a great message. It says, always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. So if you want these little WBC care pack, we're going to do $10 raffle. $10, And we'll give that out on Sunday morning when we recap this weekend's fights. Who's fighting this weekend? I don't know who's fighting this weekend. I know Kurt Scooby's fighting Friday. I was doing some research there. Where's the weed at? Obviously right here in Vegas on Desert Inn Road. All you got to do is come on over to Vegas, go to Desert Inn Road, let them know that TBV sent you when you get to Hardin. The dispensary's open. Come on over. Make sure you use the code TBV to get a 15% discount. Make sure you also ask for Stephanie or Kiki, and you're going to get treated the way you should be treated, like a king or a queen. Again, if you want the WBC Care Pack, we need a Cash App to the Cash App that you see on screen, spelled the way you see it on screen. Don't be fooled by cheap imitations that are trying to rob you of your money. We have nothing to do with people that are thieves, but these are the cash apps that you see on screen. So the number to call in isn't working. That's not our fault. The company that we use, they're experiencing 2 days worth of issues and maintenance. You can call in via Discord or Twitter Spaces. I see Paul, the manager of Steven Nelson. What up, champ? Appreciate you getting me that interview.
Yo, what's good?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Can't complain.
Yo, you got to check out my boy Cordell Booker's knockout from past weekend.
I will. I will. I was saying, I guess you didn't hear me during the connection. I was saying, thank you for getting me the interview with Soko.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm trying to get So Cold reality show where he just tries everything and anything.
Yeah, I can see him
How about
doing
that?
something like that.
I think it would be really funny because like every weekend he's doing something different. Like he was bartending this past weekend too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so go. You
So
got to check out Cordell Booker's knockout. We're trying to get a big fight for him next.
With who?
Potentially James Metcalf.
Okay.
How do you like that one?
I gotta look him up. I've heard the name, but it's not jumping out. I see. I see you. I see you've been definitely keeping him busy though in the Mohegan Sun and in that area.
Yeah.
So what else you got
Yeah,
cooking?
Yeah, I had two of my fighters on that this past weekend. So Mike Kimball, he's an MMA fighter and boxer, so he had his third fight, so he got his third win. He's only taking tough fights, so you go check out the boxer. He beat a decorated amateur apparently in New England last fight, and then unanimous decision this fight. And he had his first fight, he had a knockout as well. So yeah, and then also work with Ian Green, so working on his fight coming up later this year.
Yeah, is it?
And
Hold on. Is it Ian with
yeah.
Shadeja Green's trainer, Terrific Gis?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with him, man?
We're just waiting on the next date for Don King.
And any month or time frame?
Not yet. Hopefully soon. And we're just waiting for hopefully a WBA title eliminator.
All right.
Yeah, what's new on your end? I know. Oh yeah, so how was the parade like in your eyes? I know like it looked
Amazing,
crazy.
bro. Amazing. For me, I've never been to anything like that. Only parades for, like the New York City area where those are huge. Those are never for one man. So this was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I
Like it
definitely
looked like a
enjoyed it.
legit like like it looked like it's legit like an NBA team won the finals or something.
Oh yeah, man. They came out. It was insane how many people came out and how much love he received. I know he had to feel great because there were no
Yeah.
incidents. It was just so much love, unity. It was crazy. It really was. Down to that
Yeah,
park,
no,
man. That park was a nice park too. Like it had so much stuff for free. They even had water stations. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. All right, man. Well, appreciate you having me on too, and you already know you hit me up whenever.
For sure. Paul, let everyone know where they can find you. I know there's fighters that listen to this show that may need your services.
Yeah, for sure. So you can find me either on my personal page, PCG7, or my company page, which is PG Sports.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. I got Fats. What up?
And when you in the trenches, it's cool to shoot them bullets. How you gonna defend yourself when them bullets coming back?
Yo,
ain't you from Baltimore?
yeah, hell yeah.
What's going on? What them streets saying? Like, why Tank like all of a sudden MIA. Like he don't he don't hear the Crawford.
Man, don't get me started, man. People here, you got two different type of Tank fans. You got the Tank, you got the people that like Tank like me, but they still gonna keep it real. You got people here, the other majority of them, they like him and they gonna support whatever he do blindly. Ain't shit you can say or tell them. They don't really get it. Even if you explain it to them more than once, they ain't really get it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess he just laying low and shit. People trying
Nah,
wait
somebody
till I guess.
somebody somebody hit me up. I would have to go through my DMs, but they tagged me. He been out. They spotted him in the club when a fitted cap and some glasses, laying low in the
Shit, I
corner.
don't. Oh shit, I don't know then. I want to see who he fight next for sure, man. That's what I'm worried about. But
According to Calvin Ford, you
but
know who it is. You called it a month
Cruz,
ago.
I know, man. Pitbull Cruz, yo, that shit. I ain't buying it though, man. I ain't buying the first one when he fought him, so I ain't buying that shit. I'd rather see Rolly again, man. Rolly did better than him and fucking Garcia to me, but damn, on the Bud shit. I mean, I think Bud just, he just being funny, but he is a killer in that ring, though. I give him that, man. I even feel like for real, he spared Errol Spence a little bit. I think he kind of was feeling bad for him. Like, damn, this shit that easy. I'm beating his ass this easy. You know what I mean? So I think I think that was funny what he said. It kind of reminded me of that conversation that what the fuck, them dudes, $1 million worth of game when they put out the conversation, though that was some corny shit. But they put out the conversation when he was saying Jerron Ennis, they want to see another dead body. That was that was pretty funny, man. But don't nobody feel sorry for Earl. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to see nobody get like killed or nothing like that, like in a ring or like even seriously injured. You know what I mean? Like that's like Oscar Valdez. I hope he good. He a warrior or whatever. Still a C-level fighter, but he tough as hell. So I hope his eye, he be all right. But all that neurological shit, you know what I mean? They saying he was high before the fight and all this shit. I mean, this shit, this shit worse than, I don't want to say it's worse than Wilder, because Wilder was making excuses his damn self. It's Earl fans that just coming up with all this bullshit. Like,
You may
I
feel
just
like it's
don't
your
get it,
time,
man. But
but it's not
that
your
shit,
time.
that shit crazy to me. But Bud funny as hell,
That's
man.
your
Appreciate it.
time, champ. I appreciate you. Juan Mancha, Houston. What up? That was funny. You gotta unmute, Juan. Gotta unmute, Juan. Yo, Juan. Check, check. Juan. He ain't connect. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Share the show. You asking why I ain't got 1 million subs because you ain't share my shit. That's why. Jonathan Sims, what is up? Jonathan Sims on Discord. What is up?
What up, Ness?
How are you?
I'm good, brother. How you?
I'm good. Let's not do
You
tit
said
for tat, champ. All right? Just in case you
you said
heard yesterday's show, let's just move on with today.
what happened?
Oh, all right. Nah, moving on. That's what I asked you to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here for whatever. But today's verse is coming out of Matthew's 11:28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Um, and that's for whoever needs that for today. Ness, great job, man. You hear me?
I'm listening.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
great job. Great job. I mean, you just do a fantastic job. You're like an evil genius. And from the TBB community to you, man, we love you, bro, and we really appreciate your passion and just what all you give to us. The highs, the lows. It's just It's all appreciative. And just like Bud, we want to make sure you get your flowers too. That's why I try to support you any way I can, man. And you know that. So,
Appreciate it.
Stephen So Cold Nelson, man, thanks for blessing us with your time today. And I thought he said a lot of intriguing things. I'm glad Bud is getting his flowers. What he said about the fight. I'm an oxymoron, right? Because like I hate Bud for what he did to Earl. Um, he made me hit the reset button on what I thought about boxing, how I felt about boxing. I mean, he truly showed me in less than 20 minutes I don't know shit about boxing. And all I've done was watch, eat, breathe, and sleep boxing these past 2 weeks because of fucking Crawford. But with that being said, I'm with him. If he dies, he dies. I wouldn't have been opposed to Crawford taking Earl's career in the ring. I mean, it is what it is. Because here's the thing I was thinking, like, if Earl would have won, we wouldn't get this type of sympathy for Bud. Like, it would have been dick in the dirt and fuck nigga this and he ain't fought no and all this just disrespectful bullshit that's uncalled for. Crawford has been a gentleman and he's been a stand-up champion and he is the champion of the people. So not only did the better skilled guy win, but the right person won. The right person is our champion. The right human being is our undisputed champion at 147. And that's no slight to Errol Spence, but the reality is for all the kids growing up, you have to take care of yourself in and out of the ring. And eventually Errol Spence demons outside the ring had to catch up with him. I mean, these sound like excuses, but that's just the
Hey,
reality.
feel like
His
it's your
outside of the
time,
ring's antics
but
had to
it's not
catch
your
up with
time.
him because hard work and dedication prevails. What's up?
Well, that was the bell, champ. Unless you gonna keep it
For sure.
moving.
Yeah, I got you. I always love the support. So I got you. So hard work and dedication always prevails. And to Earl, me personally, I went back and watched some of his fights, and I think he needs to get back to the Lamont Peterson Earl Spence, where he used his jab hand to control. He kept his head off the line and he had better head movement. That would at least get him 12 rounds, but he gonna get his ass kicked no matter what. And honestly, I'm not sure, going forward, he's gonna be the same guy. I think he might take a few more losses to other people because the verdict is out on how to beat him now. And Derek is not a fan of hand movement. So if you keep your head on the line every time you engage, I mean, what do you expect? So, congratulations to Crawford, man. You got everything you deserve, and I'm so glad he's doing a tour after his win, a victory parade. This is just growing his name more and more. I love it, and I hope his next fight he make 100 million because he definitely deserve it. He is the people's champ. He is the champion we all deserve. And we needed him to win that fight because he's a great representation of boxing. Crawford is boxing, and boxing is Crawford. That's my call.
Well, there you have it. Jonathan Sims. We got Juan Mancha. What up? Trying you again. We hear you.
Yeah, you hear me?
We hear you, champ. What up?
Man, did you hear that thing Calvin Ford put out there about Pitbull?
Nah.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up when you talked so fast because he said that when Tank was saying that stuff about Crawford, that he was just saying that he said he's like the Rock, he just says stuff to get people to raise their eyebrows. He don't be meaning none of that.
What the fuck?
I was like,
Man,
I
what the
swear to God,
hell?
it's
That
like
shit
spotlighting
sound
with that.
crazy. He said
That's
that
what
he
I
said
said.
he just get him to raise their eyebrow. That's funny.
Yeah, he's like, we want Pitbull Cruz. That's what we looking at. That's the number one thing. He said, but yeah, he was just basically he was just bullshit.
Shit, according to Chris Colbert, it ain't the only thing on the table. Still got they said he's saying it's still a offer for Colbert on the table.
Huh. But man, hey, man, I wish I could have went out to Omaha that weekend, man. My sister's been living up there for 20 years now, both of my sisters.
Damn,
So
you
I'm
should
up
have
there
really
all the time.
came. You should have really came. That was an excuse. You had a
Man,
place to stay, bruh. I was impressed. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't expect that shit like that. It was really great for me to be there, because I lived through the Crawford era. So to see that, that's amazing, bro. Bro, they sold
Yeah,
him.
you
They
know, I'm gonna
sold
tell you
him.
like,
They sold him land for $1.
yeah, that boy's bad, man. I'll be honest, the first time I ever started staying in Omaha, I lived there for like 2 years. When I first started going over, I was like, man, this place is grimier than I thought. You know, you see Belly and you like, yeah, whatever, you know. Nah, man, them boys, what was crazy is that like it's all in one area. It's either in North Home, in that little area, or a little pocket in South Omaha. But man, to see that everybody came together with doing no tripping really amazed me because my time in Omaha, I was like, man, these boys are grinding. You would never have thought it. You think it's just like a little crack, like a little country place. But
Yeah.
man, yeah, I couldn't get that Saturday off. I took that Saturday to go to Vegas. They wouldn't go give me another one.
Oh, yeah, man. Nah, Vegas was definitely more monumental in the sport than the parade. The parade was just the cherry on top.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Right now, I feel like boxing. Oh man, I'll get back with you. Matter of fact, bro, just go ahead and let me finish this up. I'm gonna send you the cash app.
Go ahead.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's
But
not
with
your time.
man, I'm gonna tell you, like, I really feel like this Terence Crawford Spence fight, the whole atmosphere is different right now. Like, I haven't felt this in a long time. With Bud going here and there, everybody want to talk to him. Everybody. You know what I mean? The whole boxing world is, I don't know, man. It's a different feeling right now.
Nah, I'm with you, man.
Man,
I'm with you. I'm just
but
glad.
man,
I'm glad he's doing the victory tour like this. Like he's not done. Like he's still doing shit. He's still. It's just keeping the name buzzing.
yeah, man, man, knowing how the poverty is and the crime in North Omaha, people gotta give Bud more credit for what he doing with the community, man. You know what
Word.
I mean? Building that academy and everything. Yeah, man, he doing his thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
let me
bro.
get back to it.
All right,
I,
man. They sold him some land north of the B&B Academy so that he can continue to grow that academy and make it bigger because there's a huge waiting list right now. Kids can't even, they can't, like the kid Bryce that I would love for them to train, they would have to see the talent that I see in them and make an exception because there's no room in the gym. So shout out to the mayor that is allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly because it is up for approval of the city council, but she made it clear on her speech that she believes she'll get it approved. But it's up for approval. But they'll sell the land to Bud for $1 so that he can build a bigger B&B or expand B&B, which is it's just crazy. It's amazing to see that they believe in him that much. Um, for real. Shout out to Trey, man. I want to see him, you know, be the next great one out of Omaha. He's 22. He's going for the 24 Olympics, and he listens to the show a lot. And he's 152 pounds, bro, as an amateur. So he's a big boy, which means he'll be possibly a welterweight unless he's really going to sacrifice and get down to 40 as a pro. But he's trained with Bomac and Red and Isu. That's his trainers, man. So he believes that he'll be the next up. The next one out of Omaha. And it was funny because I told him, I said, man, I remember when Richardson and Hitchens came up to me, and with B Hop, Lil B Hop and Shoo Shoo, and they all said the same thing, like, yo, you gonna be interviewing us. And that's the same thing Trey said, like, bro, you're gonna be interviewing me soon, I promise you. And yeah, kids like B Hop and Colbert, Shoo Shoo, Bruce Carrington, Richardson Hitchens, who else was there? Nikita Baali, like they made me believers, you know what I mean? You set your mind to something, these kids really can change their life. Shout out to Nikita Abba who's back with Sosa crew. Arliano Sosa, man. I've been telling y'all the Sosa story for years now. I feel like it's the Shadeja Green story, you know. One day boxing is gonna give Arliano Sosa his credit for what he's doing over there. You know, his gym used to be an Atlas, Cops and Kids. It's not funded by them anymore. You know, he's creating champions from scratch, you know, or at least professional fighters from scratch, right? Not everybody won a belt. Right now, you just got B Hop that won the interim. Nikita Abali had left and started training with Ryan Garcia, but now he's back. Um, but he turned him from amateur to pro. He was a declarated amateur that ended up getting signed to Matchroom. Nikoshi Solomon, he turned him amateur to pro. He got signed to Matchroom. Chris Colbert, he turned him amateur to pro. He got signed to Al Heyman and Golden Boy at the time, and now he's with Al. Um, Lennox Allen, we made big money with Lennox Allen when he was training Lennox Allen. You got to go to BoxRec and see the fight Lennox Allen won that WBA. I think it was over Webster or somebody. I don't know, but he beat somebody. We caught him at like a plus 430 or some shit. You know, he's got Big Baby. But you know, Big Baby's co-trained with another dude and also trains his fucking self. So, you know, not much Sosa could do because he's still got a full-time job. He's still got a full-time job, man. So, you know, again, shout out to my boy Eliano Sosa. He gonna get his credit, man. He's like the motherfucking East Coast Robert Garcia. Keep grinding, coach. Your time will come. You know. Salute to all the trainers, man, that take their time to give these fighters guidance and tutelage, showing them the ways. I got CYP.
Yo.
What up, though?
Yo, man. Yo. I've been watching Instagram and there's this clip around Roy Jones talking about Floyd's 50-0, how he can't really respect that as the greatest. I mean, Chavez went 89-0. If now, man, I I realize that a lot of boxers are not historians, and they listen to media as well for fights that they did not see, history they did not see. They fall into that trap as well. I CYP Discoveries, episode 3. For Chavez's 41st fight, you know, I did this because Bud has 40, so his next fight would be 41. On Chavez Sr.'s 41st fight, he fought a guy who has 40 losses in his career. 40 losses. For his 51st fight, which would break Floyd's record, he fought a guy who was 3 wins, 20 losses for his career, with 15 of them coming by KO. For his 61st fight, he fought a guy who his career has never even won a fight, and he's 0-3. I could do this on and on and on for this undefeated record. Now, people talk about Floyd Mayweather. He fought Conor for his 50th fight. Tell me if Conor McGregor would lose 40 times in the boxing ring. Tell me if he would lose 40 times. Tell me if he would go 3-20 and get knocked out 15 times. Tell me if he would never win a fight in boxing. Tell me if he just tell me these things, and if they're true, I'll shut the hell up and I'll never come back. Y'all need to cut this shit out, okay? Do not get your favorite fighter exposed by trying to tear down great black legends. I'm sick and tired of you motherfuckers. Y'all do the same thing with PBC and Al Heyman. Y'all never cared if Holyfield or Tyson Lennox Lewis fight on HBO or Showtime. You never gave a shit. If I asked y'all right now what network that fight was on, you wouldn't even know because you didn't give a fuck. But as soon as the black man come in, he making money, he giving money out, he's running shit. Now y'all care about networks. Y'all are full of shit. Not gonna allow y'all to do that. Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. Y'all talking about the great Ali. Y'all full of shit. I'm not gonna let y'all do that. When you are great, I will give you recognition for being great. Tom Brady, great, white dude. Michael Phelps, great, white dude. Larry Bird, great, white dude. If you ain't getting to that kind of level, then you ain't in the motherfucking club with the brothers you trying to tear down. Get your ass up there equally, and I will give you the same equal respect. But if you on any platform trying to tear these brothers down, I'm coming for your ass. CYP Discovery, episode 3. Cut! I'm gone.
Okay. Shout out to CYP. SDX Renzi. What up? If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the
Good
show.
morning, champ.
Buenos dias.
Shout out Ness, man. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm in the truck today. We got rain on the East Coast, man. I just want to say shout out to you again, Ness. Jonathan Sims hit it on the head, man. I appreciate your dedication to the sport, and bro, you really give us this pound for pound work every day, man. So you need your flowers too. But outside of that, I do want to say shout out Steven Nelson. That was a good interview. It's again, man, giving us those interviews where we can connect more with the fighter. Seeing him in the ring, his performance was great. I didn't know that, he make uniforms, he rap, I just followed on the Instagram, man. The man is multi-talented. Like, he does a little bit of everything. So that
I
to
ain't going
me,
to front.
even more as a jack of all trades, made me a fan of him.
I ain't going to front. Like, I wanted to bring this up, but I had to keep it professional. But I also know we got like a 93% male demographic. So now that he's not on, and this doesn't have to be professional, for the people that tuned in and heard that interview and you're still listening, the boy also got swag. I mean, he used to be dating Raquel Miller for a very long time. And that's I
Wow.
feel like that's certainly
He
something to brag.
humble, bro. He's so humble.
Oh, of course, but I feel like that's certainly something to brag about. Raquel is
Yeah.
Raquel is a phenomenal fighter and a great looking woman. So, Nelson out here doing his thing.
Yeah, I really like that guy, bro. He definitely made me a fan, and especially for someone like me as well, where I'm in the gym as well, but I started late. So he give me hope that, long as you try, you put your effort in, it's never really too late to, get in there and pick up the gloves, lace up, and, try to make something out of it. Not saying that everybody that does it is going to be a world champion, but I just feel like boxing has taught me so much more than fighting, discipline in and outside of the ring. It helps with mental health. It does a lot outside of just becoming a great fighter. So, I encourage anybody who feel like it's too late to pick up the gloves, find you a gym and, get you a team that'll work with you. And, even if it's just amateur, getting you some competitive fights, that definitely is something that I commend from him. One thing I do want to say as far as the topic of the day, Bud said that he was on his Drago, but to me, I ain't gonna lie. He said the sixth round. To me, I swear, bro, the third, between the end of the second and the third is where I felt like I visibly seen him feel bad for Spence, because I swear he could have finished him way early, but to my liking, I felt like
You may
he
feel like
held
it's
it
your
out to
time,
the ninth for the
but
sake
it's
of our
not your time.
parlay, man, because it had Bud 9 through 20.
Champ! I know y'all don't hear the bell. That's the bell, though. That's the bell. Yeah. So I got Treese in Toledo, Ohio. What up?
Yo,
Treese, what's good? Yo, we
what
doing.
up?
You called in. I was waiting for you to call in. Albert Bell just got a dope knockout. We got this Albert Bell glove, so we about to go ahead and give out this autograph Albert Bell glove in tribute of Toledo, Ohio, and Treese, the state repping his peoples.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. As the city spokesperson, man, I definitely appreciate what it costs to get into the raffle, man.
I don't know. We're gonna let you set it. As the spokesperson, we're gonna let you set it.
I mean, listen, I seen you did the Crunk shirt. That was in the region. You did that for $5. We're gonna do the glove for $5. I appreciate that. We're gonna do it. As a matter of fact, hold on. As a matter of fact, for the city, and shout out to my area code, we gonna make it for $4.19. 419. That's what we gonna do. You feel me? Can I do that? Is that
Yeah,
possible?
of course.
Let's do that. We're gonna do it $4.19, get you in the raffle. Shout out to my city, 419, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. Yeah. But I want to come on, man. Shout out to Steven Nelson, man. That was a great, dope ass interview. Shout out to So Cold, man. I like his artistic approach to this boxing shit. You feel me? I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, and speaking of artistic shit, bro, I seen you. I heard something that you got a book or something like this too. You got books. I like books, bro. That's what I'm a reader. I'm an avid reader. What you got on them boxing type shit on these books? Do you got that Adrian? What's your man? The Adrian Clark book, the Protect Yourself at All Times book. You got that?
My own copy, but that's at my Florida spot. I mean, I could find I could get him to send me the link to the book, and we have some Daryl Flanagan books. That's Coach BDB, two-time undisputed trainer. Worked with Zab Judah to become undisputed, and then with Devin Haney.
Okay, you know what the fuck going on. Shout out Dep, shout out Team Haney. Shout out my man. Yeah, that's all right. I like that. Okay, then for sure. I'm gonna have to send me a link with them books. Do something or put that in the comments or something. I'm about that reading. I love books, bro. That's what we do. I'm all about that education.
Nah, for sure.
But
I just
for
text him,
sure.
let him know to send me the link. I'm sure he got like a
For sure,
link
for
tree
sure.
with all of them because he wrote like 5 of them things.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. For sure, for sure. But yeah, we setting the price at $4.19 to get in the raffle, man. I just want to jump on. I like that interview. That was what's up, man. I just want to get on this shit. Terence Crawford, man, he can do whatever he want. I'm with that Drago shot. I ain't even hear what he said, but I feel like if he did say it, it's a joke, motherfucker. But it's serious. It's not a joke, but he type shit. And if he dies, he dies. But I ain't trying to kill nobody, type shit. But you know what the fuck going on if you step in this ring with me though. I like that type of energy. But hey, by the way, speaking of Albert Bill, man, hey, we was talking about fights, man. What would you like for us of a sequence of fights to get us to the title, man? You saying that what would you like for my man's?
I mean, at this point, he's just in a situation where he's got to take whatever they give him to get that shot. So Top Rank, they could lie.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
I feel like they could lie to him and say, "Hey, fight Valdez on the undercard of Navarrete, Shakur Stevenson, hypothetically, or Navarrete. Who else could he fight? What weight class is Navarrete? What's that? 130. Who could he fight at 130? And they could put on an undercard. I'm looking at this. Let's go to my rankings here on our website, theboxingvoice.com, where we have all the rankings. So again, Oshaki Foster's probably the easiest fight to make, but I believe he's involved in something that went to purse bid. Joe Cordina should be another easy fight to make. Unification. Then you can put Oscar Valdez on the undercard versus Albert Bell. That's 1 and 2 in the WBO. Because I don't see Top Rank spending money on Archie Sharp right here. So, that I think he's a matchroom fighter or a Frank Warren fighter. He's gonna need to, make those moves on his own. Just like Albert Bell. Albert Bell has got to make those moves on his own. So he would have to take what Top Rank gives him, which probably would be Valdez, unless they're done with him, which I doubt. Now, there's rumor that Lamont Roach should be getting this vacant title shot, or excuse me, not vacant title shot, but shot with the WBA Hector Garcia. As you see, Lamont is number 5 in the BO, but he's number 1 in the WBA. So he might have to fight Hector Garcia. I learned that from Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert making it clear that if Roach wins, he doesn't want the shot. He wants a shot at Hector Garcia to get his get back, and it's about get back. But if Hector loses, then he's got to move on. But these are your 130-pound fighters ranked from the top 15 and your top 10 in the ring. There is no lineal champ, as you can see. That's vacant. Valdez was considered the number 1, and he just got beat by Emmanuel Navarrete. Now, again, if Navarrete moves up, it's a weight decision or a business decision, right? Top Rank didn't want to give Shakur this very same unification with Joe Cordina. Oshaki is no longer with what's those dudes' name? I forgot them. They came and went so quick. Not MTK, but the other dudes. Lord, with the orange, the Richard Schaefer had. They had like an orange logo. Whatever. He's free, and then Hector's with PBC. So I just see it hard for Top Rank. I think they're just gonna move him up. I think they're gonna move him up, and then that means Robise will move up as well. So Robise could also fight Valdez, unless Robise's gonna wait for Inoue. You know, Inoue just jumped up to 22, and he might move up to 26. Cause it's either Inoue or Lee Wood. You know, it's either Lee Wood or Robise for Inoue on the top rank side, and for Robise is certainly a Navarrete or a vacant title at 130 if Navarrete moves up. That's how I see it. We'll see what happens though. Because Navarrete's already talking about Shakur. Shakur don't have no fight, so you know, they might do that. Godfather. Shit. Godfather, my bad. You're gonna have to request again. Brandon, what up?
Yo, Ness, what's going on? How's my audio, my boy?
Chilling, and as well.
Top of the morning, top of the morning. Hey, shout out to that last caller, man. I like the way he come in repping Toledo and shit. I mean, Toledo's slowly gaining my respect as the #2 best city in Ohio. They'll never be #1. You know who #1 is best city in Ohio, but slowly but surely they're coming in as #2. And next time he on, ask him what's up with Robert Easter, man. Robert Easter been kind of quiet. I know he got hit up down here, and I don't know what's his career. Is he retired? Treese, let me know, brother, next time you call in what's up with Bunny. But as far as this Tank and Bud, because I didn't get to call in yesterday, I know it's smoke and mirrors. Tank ain't gonna mention Bud's name. Tank ain't gonna whisper or come within 100 feet of Bud. And so my thing is, where's Leonard? When the thoughts of Tank moving up to fight Thurman at 147, he was talking cash shit on Twitter. Leonard, that's a fight we'll make in a second. Tank a knock Thurman the fuck out. I wish you had that same energy for Bud, but we know you know better. So I commend Leonard. He's a great promoter. He's protecting his fighter and his cash cow and Tank. So I'm gonna just give up. I'm gonna get off Tank's ass. We know that the handlers and nobody will allow Tank to come 100 feet near Bud. And they know that'll be a vicious ass whooping, and they can't afford to lose another cash cow. The parade was beautiful, like a collar touchdown. I'm always big on when you're able to get all them people together and there's no issues, no fights, no shootings. That's big. It was all love. I love that because, you know, when we get together, you might see a op, and instead of saying, I'm going to give a nigga a pass, we at the parade, niggas will get the fuck that. It's on. I'm glad it wasn't on site. I'm glad it was drama for Bud because that brother deserved it. I'm glad he's going to expand B&B boxing. I'm glad that his pack to capacity with kids that's wanting to learn how to box is another thing. The fact that he's got a jam packed and he's going to have to expand it, that just shows you the influence he's having on his community. That's great. So I commend him for that. And the Drago shit, every time I hear stuff like that, I didn't see the interview, but when I hear that I'm a Drago, if he dies, he dies, I just think back to that final press conference when he went off in the heckler in the crowd and he was like, you know, talking shit to the heckler. I was just thinking like, if we learned anything for years.
Bro, that wasn't a heckler though. That was Earl's sister.
Whoever, she was heckling though. I don't give a fuck who it was. But my thing is, if you ain't learned nothing from Bud over the years, from the Hank Lundy build up and the Benavidez build up, let Bud be the nice guy, the humble guy that's just trying to stay cool. Don't piss the brother off.
Feel like it's your time.
Oh, Bud fuck shit up.
But it's not your time.
That's my call, bro.
That is the bell. Godfather. We got a couple cash apps we need to get to. Salute to Huang in Houston. We got also Mike Hicks. He says $2. Got that pack ready for you, champ. 2 coffee emojis. Salute, salute. Thank you for the $2 for the cafecino. And Huang sent $5, obviously, for his counterpunch. And we also got SDX Renzi, first person to send his 419, representing Toledo, Ohio, for the Albert Bell autographed glove that we're going to be giving away here on the TBV community. Remember, we're doing 2 raffles. Since you guys wanted more, we're doing it. We got the WBC pack, which is going to be a hand towel with the WBC logo. We got the gold pin, we got the dog tag, we got the reflective sticker, and we have the snapback and the little tote bag as well. Little WBC pack we're doing. That is, I don't know, what did we say? Did I say 10? I guess I said 10. I don't remember. Whatever I said, y'all know what I said. Can't go back on my word. Let's see what we got. Mr. Lethal in Nashville. What up? Is me from the great state of Tennessee. It's your boy James Payne Lethal in the flesh. The best part of waking up. Yo, where you at, bruh? You ain't gonna come jump in here and take over your intro? James Payne Lethal. You might have to jump out, jump back in. Feel me? Here we go. James Payne. James Payne. Godfather, take over. Something wrong with Mr. Payne. Godfather. Yo. Godfather. All right, all right. Let me get an experienced Discord caller to check if everything is going well. I need an experienced Discord caller like an SDX Renzi or Alex Vega. I need one of you guys to help me here, make sure this is right. An experienced Discord caller like a Alex Vega or SDX Renzi to make sure that this is right, because it looks like these guys don't know how to connect. So I need an experienced Zorro de la Vega. Can you come on? Are you available? We need to get this checked. SDX Renzi, are you available? Looks like we're going back to James Payne. Oh, we hear him. We hear him. We hear him. He's back. Hello. Hello.
Yo, man, when you did my intro, I got to make it official like a referee with the whistle, man. It's me, is me, the ambassador of the great state of Tennessee. It's your boy, James, P-A-Y-N-E, Mr. Leaker himself. And you know, like I know, the best part of waking up. It's always TV in my cup, man. Shout out to Folgers, man, but I'm sipping on that Maxwell House this morning. Hey, yo, man. So I just wanted to tap in with you, bro. I appreciate you giving us another show. I was not able to catch up on all of the boxing festivities this weekend because I was busy, man, doing the operations for the TriStar show this past weekend, man. Matt actually, man, that man threw me the keys to the vet, man, and let me whip it around the block, man. I ran operations from the show from front to back, man, and it was a great experience. I had a great time doing such, and I just wanted to take a second to shout out these people on the airways, man. I appreciate you, Mr. Matt Young, for giving me the opportunity to do such. Safe travels on your travels to the UK, to be in attendance for that KSI and that Tommy Fury, man. I hope you get back safely. I also want to take a second to shout out Miss Christy Martin. I appreciate her letting me help out with her car earlier in the week last week, and I'm looking forward to working with her again next month. And also, I wanted to shout out the great, kind people at Salida Promotions for being so kind and gracious to me this past weekend. It was a pleasure meeting all of the people that I met, and they were fantastic, and I look forward to working with them coming forward soon. I also wanted to say to Rydell, man, I hope he heals up real well. That was not good news, that we got, but I mean, hey, he a chump, man. We rooting for him, so we hope he heal up well.
What happened?
And shout out to everybody in the TBV community. Shout out to you, Ness. Shout out to my back call brothers. I just wanted to chime in, man, because, I don't be getting a chance to talk all the time. So that's really all I wanted, man, just to tap in and say what's up to everybody. And I'm going to go back to listening. So y'all know what it is, man. It's the illest, trillest, dopest boxing podcast in the entire galaxy, man. Third rock from the sun, astrologically. I am that guy, James Payne Lethal, man, and I'm going to go back to listening.
Yo, Champ. He don't even hear me. Lord. Been trying to get a question in, champ. Are you there? Mr. Lethal, are you there? Been trying to ask you a question, Mr. Lethal. And he still hung up. Lord have mercy. Y'all gotta take a breath in between them words that y'all can hear me. Remember, I don't think y'all can hear or we can't hear each other. Like when you talking, I can't talk, right? Because then you won't hear me, or you just not focused on listening. I don't know, because every call is different. But you just gonna drop that? Oh, I feel sorry for Super Maze Hayes, and don't tell us what the fuck happened. Like, dude, what happened? Can we know? Hello, is this thing on, Mr. Lethal, in the great state of Tennessee? Yo, man, he got connectivity issues. We gonna move on, man. Godfather.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Oh, this stunner. Y'all be changing screen names. What up?
Y'all can hear me?
That's a yes.
Shout out, shout out to the homie, One Tone, aka Lil Larry, Larry the Fairy. Shout out to J Mac, he's also a fairy. Shout out to Vega, he a real one. Shout out to Raw Dog. I did pick Spence, but big shout out to Bud. It's a good success story, but we coming to get it back in blood. Oh yeah, shout out to Big Fish Davidian, and we be hooping. Davidian, keep your head up, man. We coming to get it back in blood. Don't worry.
What at 54?
I'm out. That's my call.
Okay. De La Vega.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh man, salute the Godfather, man. He a funny one. All right, all right. In regards to the topic, I mean, isn't that kind of the mindset we want with these fighters? I don't know what kind of toning was set, but basically, like, man, when it's in there, it's either you or me. And I'm always gonna pick me, right? I don't want to see nobody looking like, like they're a little bit worried, like, oh, maybe I should let off the gas, or they don't. I don't need them to do a Lomachenko where they pointing at the corner, telling them, hey man, pull your fighter out. That's up to them. And hey, like I said, it just takes one punch, right, to change everything. So it's seek and destroy in there, man. Try to win, try to get a stoppage or whatever it takes. So I mean, that's that. Also, I want to shout out the Pick'em League. I haven't been talking about it as of recent. I want to give a shout out to Canna. He won the biggest pot, $340 a couple weeks ago for that Spence Crawford week. Also, we got Coach Minnie who just joined about 6 weeks ago, and he's taking all our money, man. Man, he's won 3 out of the last 6 sheets. So shout out to Coach Mitty. Also, big ups to his fighter Muhammad. Looks like he's getting another opportunity to fight Kevin Johnson. Looking like in the Bahamas, September 30th. So I definitely want to keep a lookout for that. I believe it'll be available on pay-per-view.
Kevin
It's like a Roy
Johnson.
Jones. Yeah. It's like Roy Jones versus Team Roy versus Team Mayweather. He shared something. Muhammad Mahmoud
When
had
is that
shared like an
happening?
image of it. Yeah. So
When is
yeah,
that happening?
it says September 30th. I've only seen Muhammad share it and Roy Jones reshared it, but I haven't seen like Kevin share. I haven't seen Kevin promote it or Mayweather as of yet. So I'm not exactly sure how far along it is. I think Mitty will probably give us
Send
more
me that.
details.
Send me that. I gotta call my contacts at Mayweather, bro. I would totally go to the Bahamas. See, fucking Danny was trying to get me to the Bahamas for like Razor Ruddock and James Tony. What the fuck?
That was Jamaica, right?
I don't know. I thought he said Bahamas. Maybe you're right.
Mm.
Maybe it was Jamaica and Kingston. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's they've done fights over there before. Like what's that one dude's name? Fuck, it's totally left me. God damn it. Miller, Ladarius Miller. He's fought there, and O'Shea Jones. Before she got with overtime, she had a fight there in Bahamas. So I guess they're on the come up, or whatever it may be. But that's not even that far from me. Like there's a port literally in my city to go over to Bahamas. So might have to try to get over there. Um,
Damn.
Damn, I totally forgot what I was gonna say, but Fuck it. Yeah, I just had my coffee, man. I'm just getting moving around. So yeah, just want to call and show support. Appreciate you, Ness, and the community, the my back call brothers, man. Yeah, I'm out.
For sure. Appreciate you and everybody tuned in. Let me see what else I got here. Remember though, if you're watching this on YouTube, I need them numbers. We about 23 people away, I think, from getting to that 180,000 subscribers, or should I say 179,000? Let me double check here. Refreshing, we're at 178,976. So we do need a few more. Looks like we got Matt Bent 100, $5 super chat says, Daily dose of Tanquil. If Tank Fists were pills, what type of pills are they? Sleeping pills. Z emoji. Back with another $5, Matt Bent 100, Daily dose of Tanquil. Matthew, book 8 of Tanquil. Come to me, I'll give you rest. 1.5 milliliters daily dose. Bobby Shaw, $10 super chat. I want Bud versus Canelo. This dude Canelo made catch weights before, went up to 160 and down and up to 168 for GGG, but can't lose 8 pounds for Bud. Scared, and Canelo would get KO'd bad. I want that fight.
Yo,
Big fights.
it's just funny that.
Oh shit! What the fuck? Look who's here!
It's just funny that people keep hearing the 58-pound catch weight
and forget that he actually said I'll fight him at 60.
Yeah, like in the same sentence. Like I'm pretty sure it was 58.
Well, that guy,
or
I think
60.
that guy right there understood. That's why he said 8 pounds.
No. I'm just saying in general. Like just in general, when it comes to the Crawford Canelo talk, everybody keeps mentioning this 158-pound catch weight, when the 160-pound middleweight limit was also mentioned. So
I got James Payne on a counterpunch.
Yo. How's the audio this time? Can you hear me?
Straight.
All right, sorry about that, man. I've been having major audio issues this morning, so my bad on that. Now I heard you ask what happened to Rodell, so I was trying to let you know, man. He had a bicep tear in the second round in his fight with Nathan Bedwell, man. So it was a referee stoppage, and it was, technical defeat or whatever, man. But he tore that bicep, man, going for that monstrous hook, you know what I'm saying? No, it was a cross. It was a monstrous cross he was trying to land, and man, that shit just went pop. It was a wrap. But yeah, man, that's why I wanted to come back and clear up, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want nobody speculating on them and shit like that.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Unless y'all had something else for me.
Nah, that's it, champ. I got the professor in the 216.
James Payne, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.
You said we got who, champ?
Professor in the 216.
El Professor.
Yes, what's good?
What
Danny
up with
Ness.
What up?
It's been a minute since I've been on here, man. I just came back from vacation and shit, but
nice, congrats.
Appreciate it. But man, to answer the question, I feel like Crawford, he did feel bad for Errol Spence because he was getting him so bad. But I feel like he should have that attitude, especially when somebody didn't acknowledge or respect your skills or try to downplay you as an opponent. You gotta have that, and you should have that mentality anyway. But especially for Errol Spence, they talking about in the back call they gonna get it back in blood. They gonna get it back in Spence blood. I mean, I don't know why y'all want to see that again. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna buy it again. I'm gonna keep it real, but I'll watch it again for sure.
Even if it's
as
at
far as
154, you like, nah, I'm cool. I don't need to see. I've seen enough.
Yeah, I to be honest, I've seen enough. You know what I mean? But if Errol really feels like he needs to, he can do it at 54. I mean, why not? I mean, you got the rematch clause. So, but to be honest, I think it's a check type of thing. I don't think he really believes he can win. I believe it's for a check. I don't know what can be done fundamentally to change Errol Spence that would, prevent him from getting beat like that again. So yeah, I feel like the Charlo fight, the Charlo Canelo winner, that's a good fight for Crawford. Um, I really want to see Jermell more than Canelo, but Jermell got to get past Canelo first. So, or maybe not, but
Maybe not, but he definitely has to get back down and wait and can't lose too bad to the point where he has to take time out of the ring, you know?
yeah, and I don't think it'll come to that. To be honest, like it could, but even if Jermell does lose, I don't see him losing by like absolute destruction. I see him losing by like a decision, a majority or a split or a unanimous decision.
Hey man, say
You
man,
know,
hey man, say man. I thought the same shit with Spence and Crawford. I did not think it would be a fucking destruction the way it was right there. So look,
yeah.
look, man,
And
I'm
that's the
not.
beauty of boxing. That's the
Hey,
beauty of boxing. We
you
never know what's gonna happen.
you ain't wrong about that, champ. You ain't wrong about that. I'm just saying what I anticipate may be far from what happens.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think Jermell will win, but you know what I mean. I feel like to win, he has to get the knockout. I don't think he can win just by you know by decision. I just don't see it happening. Bivol, we seen Bivol completely outclass Canelo in almost a shutout, and he barely won on the cards. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, yeah, but he
that
wasn't beating the dog shit out of. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right,
yeah,
cool. You know what I'm saying? He
yeah,
got beat by the bigger man, the man that started like 5 divisions above, 6 divisions above. So it was just a bit different. But nah, I get what you're saying, champ. I get it. Hopefully, we do get that Charlo fight. I'd love to see that, especially after the shit talking during the Spence fight, man. He over there, and then for Charlo to
yeah.
downplay what Crawford had already did, it was just like it only
Hey,
made me want to. It only made me want to see it more.
yeah, for real. I mean, Lil Charlo, he seemed kind of shook. He said, I'm about to fight Canelo. I don't even. I was like, whoa, this not this giving Jamal Charlo energy. This not Jermell Charlo energy. You supposed to be the one with all the smoke. But I think they'll make that fight happen no matter what. Win, lose, or draw with Canelo, we'll get to see that fight. I just hope that Bud gets his credit. You know what I mean? When it's all said and done, I just hope Bud get his credit for everything he done did and will do moving forward past this fight. So, but yeah, that's my call.
All right, champ. Appreciate you calling in. That is everybody. We got G Ball $5 super chat. He says, Jonathan Sims, quit talking like you know these boxers' life behind closed doors. You can praise someone without trying to condemn the other one. And that is our last. No, it ain't. Raw Dog's son. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Trying to have an early day, champ. Where you going?
No, I mean
Nah.
they're popping up one at a time.
Yo, I will
You
say,
gotta accept if you're
I,
on Discord.
I will say though, I loved the moment because I know I'm late. I love the moment with Sway and Bud, and bro, that Drago, and then the fact that he even goes
You may feel like it's your
into the
time,
Drago voice. If
but
he
it's not your
dies,
time.
he dies. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. It was dope. Some people was offended or a little hurt by it, but it's the fight game.
Word. I enjoyed it myself.
It is a fight game. Yo, and let me tell you.
You there, Raw Dog?
Let me tell you,
Hello.
I sure told people like, hey, remember you called me crazy for suggesting this fight? Is Sway crazy too?
No, I've been saying the same thing.
You know what they
I'm
told me?
glad. I'm
You know what they
glad that
told me?
someone some more than someone because it's Ebro from Hot 97, it's Sway
And
from
Charlemagne.
Universe, and it's Charlemagne from 105, and that's touching the tank community.
Nah, but it's funny.
It's on Say Cheese.
Oh yeah, no, I seen it. I'm definitely
You
seeing it.
can't
on
run
Say
from it.
Cheese.
Like Tank is gonna have to. Someone's gonna ask him the interview. I mean the question. It's only a matter of time. But that is everybody.
Especially after the Sway one. I feel like if it wasn't gonna be after the Breakfast Club, definitely after the Sway one, like
Yeah, because he made it clear,
he
like you
doubled down.
said. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he made it clear, like you said you could tap my chin. Come tap it then.
Come touch it. Yes,
But
sir.
listen, that's everybody. Catch me on the next one. We out.